Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time today, we get into our last series. It's a best of 7. I'm Rifkin. I'm still casting with my buddy Tempo, and we find ourselves on Ice and Chrome. $400 for the winner of this series, $200 for the loser. Without further ado, to the top right, I present to you the Korean Zerg, the blue Solar.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, the young baguette himself from France. It is the red Terran player from Team Liquid. Give it up for Clem.
Where were we going with that? Was that old man? I wasn't sure what that was at first.
I don't know what that was, dude. It just kind of like hit me, and I decided to run with it. So yeah, there we are.
Hey, no judgment. I'm the guy who sits there in the shower alone doing a British accent. Okay, I just.
I'll do my African accent. I'll do my African accent the next time, okay? And then I'll be more, I think a little bit more focused.
Well, what do you think, Tempo? You don't gotta call score. Oh dear, it's like Tempo. Hello.
Is it really?
Whatever you just said, you're in full robo at the end.
Why?
But you're
it's Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi. Let me ask you, Tempo. What do you think, Clem or Solar? You don't have to call the score. Just what do you think, Clem or Solar for the win?
I'm gonna go with Solar, but I feel like Clem is the TvZ god. You know
I'm on Team Clem. 1,000,000%. I'm on Team Clem. There's like, to me, I'm just coming into this like so, like chest pumped 4-0 Clem.
Yeah.
But that's
whoa.
That is entirely not sensical, and that's entirely me just fanning over Clem because he's a great player. I think Solar is going to put up a good fight, and I think that this series will not be a walkover for either player, but I'm still going to put my money on Clem if I had to.
Yeah. It's actually really hard to call, you know? Because when you see Clem play TvZ, it's something.
Here's one of the bigger reasons I'm weighing this way for Clem. I've been casting a lot of the ESL NA Cups, and a lot of those ESL NA Cups have been Clem playing at like 6 a.m. versus partying and stuff, and he's been winning. So I know first and foremost that the server difference isn't that big of a deal for him. He can overcome it. 2, he can beat Koreans, and we know this for sure through results. So I'm feeling really good for Clem. I want this to be Clem's day to shine, but just to be clear, I love Solar. He's a friend of the channel. He's so awesome. He's in everything we do. I'm happy no matter who wins.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the chat wins, right? The viewers win pretty much at the end of the day. We as casters, you know, we win at the end of the day too, because
you might be a caster. I remind you, sir, I'm a field reporter.
Oh, my bad.
I'm the best StarCraft 2 goddamn field reporter there is. No one's on the front line more than me.
What do you like, Mo from Global Guts? Like, clocking in at...
I've got my megaphone in case the camera crew can't hear me. Here on the front lines, ground zero. We got some
Sorry, I can't. It's too stupid. I have to hear myself when I do that, and I'm just like, I hate it so much.
But you love it. Wait, do you use Go XLR for that or what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
I've been
one of the
debating.
preset ones.
I think I need to grab that now.
Uh-oh. Did you hear that? What did you do, Tempo?
I did nothing.
Because I think you're in trouble.
What have I done?
Attention, Tempo, please report to the principal's office. Tempo, to the principal's office. Thank you.
Get out of there. Oh man, I do need it. Oh God, Rifkin, I swear to God.
I gotta try and keep it together. I'm having too much fun with you, man. I've missed you so much. Hellions run into the natural base. Not a lot of opportunity for damage, but one of those big patch things that we've been discussing a little bit here through the cast is the fact that Hellions have a much easier time killing creep tumors now. They are considered light and no longer armored.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. And also the fact that Zerg cannot cancel that creep tumor when they put it out. So diving onto a creep tumor that is being built, it's going to be more worth it than before because the Zerg has no control over it. But wow. Nice patient play out of Clem here, not losing any Hellions just yet.
I do want to point out the way that Solar had pre-positioned his Spore Crawler was perfect for this. So repositions that and the Liberator is denied, but the Hellions go in, and even if they don't kill a lot of drones right now, removing the Lings from play also removes map control from Solar. He's going to dive past the Lings though. The Queens are here, he's got no choice, he has to commit. Oh my God.
Oh, Wendy's going to get a good hit.
I fucking love barbecue. Something tells me.
Really?
So do you.
Out of tone, Tyrone.
Dude, I love Maximus's character. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But okay, bad effects aside, this was a pretty interesting run in out of Clem. I don't think most people would suicide run like that, but he was forced to, and then he really made the most of it. Because let's not forget, he didn't just kill how many 12 workers in total. He also fried up 22 Zerglings.
Exactly. That's a big deal. Yeah, the Lings are back on the map now, so they're going to get a little bit of map control. But I mean, 12 workers at the beginning, I would say that was a successful opener here from Clem, who's going to be going into what looks to be just regular bio, right? I can't really see. It's not going to be anything crazy like a battle cruiser opener. It's just going to be some kind of a 3-base push, I believe, right? Like parade.
Dude,
setting it up.
For no good reason whatsoever, I'm like in my head right now, just thinking of like rap battles between Solar and Clem.
Yo, imagine that though. Even if it wasn't them doing it, just, you know, taking their being.
Hey Clem, my
And then,
name's Solar,
you know,
and I like Bip and Bob, and your life's about to Bip and Stop. just stupid, shitty little lines like that. I can't stop thinking about right now for no reason.
Yes.
Being around you does this to me.
That's what it does, man. It's a tempo effect, yo. Holla at me.
Tempo Effect is having a lot of fun, is what it is.
Pretty much. It's literally it. Oh wow, Liberator gonna get poked away by the Queen, but this is a Maru follow, not Maru follow up, but.
Oh, I like this. That's a good cancel. He's got to pull back from this. There's too many Marines, and the tanks are really well positioned. I'm surprised he doesn't go for the scan. He dives in for the hell. Oh, he goes. Oh, he's targeting the Banelings. Missed again. Pulls back. Gets the cancels on all the ones that were building. Doesn't quite grab the new ones. And this is where scanning the creep tumors would be really useful. But the Queen's chase too far. I'm not sure if this is a misclick out of Solar or just absent-mindedness, but that was bad.
Yeah. And you know what though? Clem is really good at target firing Bane, so Solar better overmake them, especially because they don't have speed yet. So if Clem decided to be more aggressive, I believe we would have seen the awesome play that he does when he just clicks every single Baneling and then dominates the fight. But he seems to be kind of more conservative right now. And he's chilling.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not... Icencrome's a massive map, like especially when you compare it to all the other current maps in the map pool. For Solar, any fight defensively on creep doesn't matter. He'll respond quickly, but going off creep is going to get a little bit tricky because of how big the map is. Pulling back, for example, is going to be a lot more difficult. Clem, in the meantime, pushing forward, does need to clean up a lot of these tumors. He does so with relative ease. As you see, not a lot of pushback out of Solar, but at some point, Solar has to stand his ground and fight.
And you know what though? Solar, he's going into mutas right now, and I don't think this is the answer. He wants to get mutas out to maybe deal with the medevacs. But
I hate TvZ right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tempo. I hate that mutas have come back for whatever reason and that they're working.
I love it. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I've cast so many games where it's like 30 plus mutas and they just like don't even care. There's like Marines, no problem.
Oh, I love it. So fun. Especially like watching Vibe, he does it too. Well, here we go with the Lings and Banes coming through. Muta's gonna target down the tanks on the top side.
Nice pickoff, like really nice pickoff. Yeah, second tank also going down. Marines target fire some of the mutas, but the Banelings, of course, require the focus fire, so the mutas are left ignored for the time being. Splits the Marines best he can, starts collapsing on what's left. Solar does hold, but he's gonna lose so much for this.
He does. He trades pretty much his whole ground army, and I think he might have lost a few mutas there too.
Oh my god, where did the reinforcements come from? Hello? Clem's just here with another army good to go. Macro god that he is.
Parade push, man. 3 base, just pumping out those units. Here they come. Banelings. Look at the target fire! Boom! Oh, that's Clem for you guys.
Someone
that is what Clem does.
This man's on fire! This is
Look
insane.
at that again.
It's such a
that's
small
what he
amount
does.
of units pushing, but like Solar just can't fight back. He's got queens, he's got mutas, they're getting targeted down. Transfuses are going in. It's not good enough. GG Clem!
His target fire is so good. I'm telling you, man. Holy moly.
I'm going to rewind for a second here because there's like that Baneling spit I want to go over. Because I'm going down memory road for a moment. Clem, when I first started casting him, it was versus Denver. He was just really good all-around player. Didn't think too much of him. And one of the biggest things we noticed for the, I would say like 3 months we first discovered Clem, he overstimmed and he wouldn't split. Look at this fucking split, guys.
Dude,
I look
watch
at
this fight.
And I look at this as like a year of improvement right here. This is what a year of improvement in StarCraft looks like. Holy shit. The focus fire. The split is so good.
It's so good. It's so sick. Look at it.
GG.
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ready.
this is a best of 7. And with 1 point on the board, I see London, but Clem's from France, and Solar doesn't stand a chance. To the bottom left, it's Liquid Clem.
My man. Keeps it blue like the polars. Grit your teeth, but watch your molars. It is the blue Zerg player, Solar.
I like this. Coconut Games, I think, nailed it on the head. Clem makes Terran look like it needs a nerf. I concur. But I think what's great, my favorite admiration for Clem over the last, God knows how long I've been casting him recently, he does a lot of like 3cc builds. He does a lot of macro builds. He doesn't do cheesy shit. He relies on just good control. And it reminds me a lot of like when Innovation is playing at his prime, or some of the other great Terrans we've had, because they were not players that had 12 different builds ready to go. They would just play the same solid macro game over and over and over again. And one of the things kind of cool, I know this because of how long we've been interacting with everybody.
Yeah.
Even a year ago, a lot of the Koreans were remarking how fast of a player Clem is. And I think that last fight in that last game really highlights how dangerous he is.
And I was saying it even earlier. I was like, dude, his target fire and like when he really gets into the micro, it's insane to watch because he target fires every baneling, you know? I mean, sometimes, yeah, before back in the day, he would misclick every once in a while and it would look kind of like, oh God, Clem. But nowadays he's so precise, you know what I mean? And I haven't seen him fuck up that often. So.
What a weird way to like make a positive comment like with a negative comment.
No, that was good. What I'm saying is that he's better now. Like
no,
before he would do it.
Yeah. No, I'm fully with you. It just caught me really off guard. It's like, yeah, Clem's really good. He doesn't fuck up anymore.
But that's what StarCraft is. The less fuck ups you have, the better of a player you are, right? It's a game of who makes the least mistakes.
Yeah, in fairness, that's how I refer to a lot of the games too when I'm covering them on my own. It's not somebody's game to win, it's somebody's game to lose. Because it is so easy to throw a game you've won in StarCraft 2. And that for me is one of the most frustrating parts about playing this game.
It really is, right? And you know, when you get players like Clem or, you know, Solo who've been playing for so long, that, you know, you refine it, so you just make less and less mistakes, but you sure will make a few here and there, but it's about perfecting your craft. Yeah, StarCraft, but like it's more so about that, where you just make less mistakes, you have muscle memory, things are second nature to you that are they used to be a lot tougher to do. So
you know what I think has always been a missed opportunity for Blizzard?
What?
Like we know from skin sales and other things, Blizzard's not great at monetizing StarCraft, right? But I think the biggest sponsorship miss of all time was there should have been StarCraft macaroni and cheese from StarCraft dinner.
Or even a StarCraft microwave, you know what?
I would eat StarCraft-aroni, you know, every day of the week, man.
I would make StarCraft easy macaroni and cheese in my StarCraft microwave. I would totally do it. I would do it. That would have got me through college a lot better.
I do want to know, we talked about solid builds and not a lot of variety, but Clem, that's not to say he can't and doesn't have other builds. I was just referring to his strengths, of course. And in this game, he is changing it up a bit to a battle cruiser.
Yeah.
I am mixed feelings about this.
Do you feel like it's fallen out of fashion more so?
Yes and no, but I've witnessed at least 2 battlecruiser games this week alone versus Zerg. And it does seem that the extra 1 range missing on the Queen anti-air attack is making a difference on these battlecruiser fights. So
yeah,
I feel
you
like
know what?
It's not super broken, and I still think you build like 8 or 9 queens and you shut it down hardcore, but it's definitely taking a lot more work from the Zerg now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the Battlecruiser opener, though, it's not about just winning the game, right? It's about forcing the attention of the Zerg player to kind of
it's cost
deviated from their plan,
it's safety.
and then you get it out of there. Yeah, it's just about getting guaranteed damage and not taking any real losses for it.
Well,
that's the main thing.
What's really important, of course, is it provides a second prong to this attack. So, if he loses all these, this is really going to take some of his power away. Because the idea is that like the battlecruiser goes to the main base, the Queen's chase, and then the Hellions go in and clean up a natural or something. But instead, takes a lot of hits, loses a lot for this one. Not quite as clean of an opening for Clem this game.
No, not very clean at all. I mean, he got some damage done, but no, it's like what you were saying, right? The multifaceted part of the attack is kind of gone. there's no threat, right?
I mean, the
so
battle
Solo
cruiser
only has to.
it's still going to be a problem, but yeah, it's not
Sure.
as dangerous anymore.
No, exactly.
Third
So,
CC's in the wall too. It's fresh and new, but Lings aren't going to be plentiful enough to deal with this. He does have more Hellings coming out, so there'll still be that threat to a degree. For those who don't, it takes about 3 shots from a Helling to 1 shot of drone, so this is still good.
Ooh, Spire. Do you think he's caught on to this, or?
I think the
Oh,
Spire...
duh, there it is right there, duh. Dude.
Well, it's not even just about catching on to it. I think that's a good question, because like I said, the meta for this has really shifted back to mutas recently. Even against
I've
Bio.
seen that.
So
yeah,
I think the Spire's a smart play because it deals with a battle cruiser if you're not dealing with it, you build corruptors. But also it leads to mutas, which are just more normal than ever. But these Hellions have been dealt with, the drones are pulled, economic damage was done, and this battle cruiser is still working over here.
It is. It has 4 kills already, and it should be safe, you know? Like, it has tactical jump on cooldown, but it doesn't really need to expose itself too much here. It's more so the attention. Like, I'll tell you, as a Zerg player, this right here, it messes your whole build up. Like, you forget things. But I'm sure Solar is a lot better than me, obviously, but
you know,
it's a thing, right? The attention.
It's like Neuro always talks about. There's like that secret third resource, attention.
Resource, yeah.
You have minerals, gas,
though.
and attention.
It's so true, though.
The battlecruiser, I think, adds a 4th element to the game, not often talked about even by people like Neuro, though, and that's tilt factor.
Tilt factor big time.
When the same one battlecruiser escapes for the 17th time, you're just kind of like, f***ing Terran, dude.
But I'm sure Solo's dealt with this so many times that hopefully that tilt factor wouldn't be existent. But you're in the grand finals of a tournament here, and he did incredibly well defending, right? He only lost 1 worker to the Hellions earlier, and then the battlecruiser got 3 workers, rather. So I think Solo has dealt with this incredibly well. And he has the tools to deal with it if it were to kind of be more battle cruisers, which is not.
So it is mutas, by the way, just to make sure everyone's aware. And this is okay. So for me, nothing about the early part of this has changed. Mutas in low numbers are more of an annoying threat than a real problem. In fact, these are alive as fuck missile turrets. Alive isn't really around anymore, so I can't really make this reference that often. But this missile turret is entirely zoned on the right side to work with his whole base. Normally Terran players would put this in the center, but by putting it here and this one here, it kind of more or less deters the entire right side. Same with this one here being on the left and the top rather than in the middle of the mineral lines.
Yeah. It's just like a thing where you hope that they don't dive past it.
Yeah.
And usually they won't, you know, most
in low numbers they won't, no, but I mean Solar's gonna get up to like 20 mutas and just kill these missile turrets like they're not even a problem.
Especially when you get +2. Like, I believe the +2 mutas are incredibly scary. But the battle cruiser's back, Rifkin, and he floated in there, man. He has that tactical jump ready to go.
Yeah, and he is, you pointed out the upgrade, he is getting upgrades too, but man, mutas have such a weird critical mass. Like anything but before 25 is just harassment, but anything above 25 is actual army.
Gross.
Of course, there's going to be banlings, there's going to be zerglings in the mix too. It's not just mutas, but the mutas present a problem because of how fast, mobile, and frustrating they are to deal with.
Yeah, watch any Vibe stream and you'll see that pretty much firsthand. He's shown the power of mutas.
Yeah, he actually, Vibe I think played a lot of mutas. Vibe's group in this tournament was just like all 4 Zerg. I hated it.
You should have hit me up for that one. Shit.
Well, you're on vacation, man. I'm not gonna make you do more. All right, this attack out of Clem is on creep. It's dangerous, it's scary, and there's a lot of banlings he has to worry about. So he's kept his units fairly well spread. The tanks are kept safely in the back. The mutas are probably gonna wrap around the side as we see, but here come the banlings, and they're gonna roll right in. Clem, though, this spread is going a mile long, and even though Solar takes care of the front line, Clem's got that back line already here ready to take over.
And the battlecruiser is still alive here, just to add insult to injury.
Oh, yeah, forgot
Clem
about
gonna
him.
try to target fire more. Oh, he's dancing with these Marines pretty well.
Oh, no, he's not.
I don't think he can target fire all of those though. Oh, can he? Oh my god!
Yo, the battlecruiser is the anti-air he needs.
This is ridiculous. Clem.
Solar has round 3. More banlings coming in. Creep's gone though. That advantage just disappeared.
Yeah, I think Solo might be able to push this away, but the reinforcements are.
So many more Marines just pop up. He's actually insane. Just hold down the Marine button. Someone said it in chat. I'll repeat it. It doesn't matter who or what you open with. Just build Marines afterwards.
What? Clem. He never runs out of Marines. It's like, okay,
Oh, this was actually a really important base. Sorry, we didn't even talk about it. Rich Vesperian Geyser denied is going to really eat into Solar's ability to make Banelings and Mutas.
Yeah, and he's trying to get that critical mass. But
Fucking
any Banes are on the way here, Rifkin, and I think with 20, maybe he'll clean up, but Clem, did he take a 4th base? I believe he's making one. So this is not the end game for him, right? He's going to go into 3-3 right
it might
after.
be the end game.
It might be, but dude, this is 2-2. 2 attack is already done for Terran.
Yeah,
Zerg on the way, but it's not even close, man.
Solar has a lot of Banelings. This is on creep. He might just be able to hold this, but Clem should still trade really well, I think. Look at the
he'll
resources
trade
lost.
pretty well.
Look at the cost efficiency.
It's amazing.
This is incredible.
Oh my god, I really am jumping ship. Clem is killing it right now. This is crazy. Look at how he has Marines in the back mineral line of the 3rd base.
Yeah,
and he
spreading
also
out, dude. He's social distancing the fuck with us, dude.
That's crazy. This is awesome. So Clem is really turning up right now. He's gonna get this 3rd base. The Mutas are here. They are the only fighting units for now. And remember, Zerg needs to make damage. It takes time. And in that time, you lose workers, you lose your base, you lose mining time, and you lose the game. GG.
You know what? We don't need to nerf Terran, but we do need to nerf Clem.
You gotta nerf Clem, yeah, for sure.
We get into game number 3 now, and I'm glad whether he's lagging or not, Tempo's by my side. Spawning here to the bottom right. His name does in fact rhyme with both molar and polar. It's the blue Zerg Solar.
And in the top left-hand corner, the little baguette himself, up by 2. Killing it lately. It is the red Terran player Clem.
Okay, I'm sorry. Stream, you're hearing this, right? Like, it's not, I'm not just.
Did
like,
it lag?
Sort of.
Did it lag?
Sort of. It's like what's happening. It's like catching up within a second. So it's fast forward, slow. Fast forward, slow. Are you guys hearing this on stream, or am I actually like crazy here? Because it sounds so fucking funny to me when it happens. It's like micro lags is what it is. Like you speak normally, and it's like.
Nah, that's just how I talk, Rifkin. Why? Wow! Don't make me feel bad about it. It's a condition.
All right. Well, Tempo's condition, unfortunately, probably comes from the fact that he is on vacation, and I do want to remind you guys he's taking time out of his vacation in the Virgin Islands, having the time of his life to join us for some StarCraft 2 tonight. So it's a little blip here and there, but no.
We'll get through it. We'll get through it.
Yeah, we're good. We good. It's on me not to break, is what it is, really. At any rate, yeah, Solar, I know we're joking about jumping ship. I really don't think he's slacking, and the time's not bad for him. For those who don't know, it's probably about 3 a.m.-ish in Korea, if I had to take a quick guess. Solar usually plays things at this time, if not even later. So it's only really, the only factor here is server. But the server's not going to be good for either player. We're swapping back and forth between Central and West as the players requested, but it's still not perfect for either side. Unfortunately, cross server has always been an issue, but over the last year, I feel like the Blizzard servers have really degraded or something, because it's just been worse than ever, and the players are really being vocal about it. So I just want to make it clear for everybody, especially the Solar fans out there, and Clem fans, nothing about this match is quote unquote fair in terms of servers, but we are making them play under the most unideal circumstances equally.
Yeah. Well, we know we do what we can. And that's all we got. You know, we got the game, we got the players, we got the casters, and that's the best we can do.
Oh, why is everyone me Angie in the chat right now?
Oh,
they've all redeemed me Angie, and I'm not sure why.
What does it mean?
It means me so Angie right now, okay?
Oh, no.
And usually it comes because I've done something to piss them off. So I'm like, what did we do? I'm pretty sure we're Gucci.
I think we're Gucci in the Gucci.
Oh, now I think they're just spamming it because I brought it up, though. That's the other.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. See, I used to have the ability to build Marines in the chat, and then this happened, and we had to take it away.
That's why we can't have nice things, man. Damn, son. But
All right.
very. Look. Armory coming up here for Clem.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a help opener with the medevac coming out.
Hellbats are really powerful still for sure, but I do want to quickly just add in, this added a bonus factor in the patch. This will allow Widow Mines to remain cloaked without the research upgrade.
Ooh. Nice. Yeah, I do remember that. Yep.
But yeah, this is for sure a very Hellbat push, guys. And What's great is this isn't like the Marauder one, so it's not super crazy all in, but this can still do a lot of damage. Usually we see a Banshee or something go with this, or at least a Liberator. There's nothing but is there even a medevac on the way?
He dropped the, yeah, he made a medevac.
Here it is, yeah.
And the follow-up, I mean, you can go anywhere with this, right?
Oh,
Sometimes
wait,
you
this
see
is a big scouting deny. Solar's Overlord's not going to get to see the armory. And he didn't see the medevac, so this is going to be a bit of a surprise for him.
Totally screwed.
Transform and roll out.
Solar doesn't have Banes. He doesn't have that many, just 5. So it's up to Clem to get the damage done. Can he get the Queens though? Good transfuses out of Solar. That medevac is so important, but the Lings cannot get in there.
This is why I find it a little bit odd to have no follow-up starport tech, because the idea is that this attack with the Hellbats nowadays, it's not about killing drones, it's usually about killing the Queens, so whatever your air unit is can go wild, and it's oftentimes the Banshee. But even if it's a Liberator, this comes kind of late, so I'm a little jaded, but the way Clem's doing this stylistically is great, because he pulls back, now waits for the Liberator, takes this time to heal up the Hellbats, so there's still going to be a big threat at nearly full health, and now the Liberator approaches the main.
Yeah, you got to multi-prong it here. He might have given Solar a little bit too much time to react to it, but at the end of the day, Solar does not have a Roach Warren.
Oh,
he doesn't have a Baneling Nest either.
Yeah, this is so many Hellbats. The medevac doesn't even live or die. The whole point, the Queens are mostly preoccupied here. I think there's one Queen in the main base, but the Zerglings are getting washed away, cleansed by flame. Queens are going to start dying to this. Liberator comes in. Oh, I don't know what that's. Oh, okay.
The damage being done by Clem is actually pretty phenomenal, but he didn't get any economic damage.
I don't think I would agree with that. Like, it was phenomenal, but it was an okay trade.
The amount of how many Lings he killed?
Yeah, but look at the resources lost, bro. He lost 10 Hellbats. As much as I want to be like pro Terran, this was not that great.
Yeah. Oh, and a medevac too. Yeah.
If the Liberator had set up properly, I don't know what happened. I think there was a misclick chasing the Queen or something. If the medevac had, or if the Liberator had denied mining with this, then I'd be with you 100%. But
yeah, no, I agree now. I look at it and I'm like, as a Zerg player, it's like one of those things where you're like, how it feels versus how it is.
Yeah, it's a nice username video. Exactly. You get hit with Hellbats and it just feels like you lost everything. Oh wait, you didn't.
At the end, it's all going to be even and actually going to be in favor of Solar. So,
well, it's interesting as the base expansions go down, right? Terran's going to have mules, Zerg's going to have more drones. He's on 69, and if you know, you know. But he's got a lot of workers, and he's going to have a pretty nice income spike. But that's where Clem, now with the third base, should start catching up a bit. But to be clear, in every pacing of this game, right, Zerg is typically going to have better economy, and Terran makes up for that by trading more efficiently. That's just the pacing of TvZ.
Right. Yeah. Oh. I mean, I guess if Clem were able to take out all of the Queens and then get into the mineral line, it would have been better. But I mean, it just seems like he's not really able to really break Solar. Not as much as he would like to. What is this here? Oh, Overlord. Did he get Overlord speed? Yep, he did.
I like Overlord speed a lot, actually. I know it's kind of expensive and out of the way for the early game, but I want to see more people do it. Because there's a time where, like, I thought Laser was actually the best, like, Zerg scouter in the world. He would go for Overlord speed real quick in most games.
Super early, yeah. They bumped it up back to 100, but it's still one of the best upgrades in the game, I think. You know.
Yeah, in terms of guaranteeing scouting. The Lings go for a big counterattack. You're lagging, by the way. I'm just going to relieve you here for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Baneling speed is nearing completion, and Clem's gone for this push, but he doesn't have nearly enough, and there's no tank support, so I don't think he's going to be able to tussle with these Banelings. Withdrawing from the fight makes the most sense for now. However, back at home, he does still have, like, 1-1's completing soon. Little bit of lag coming in.
There's no wired connection here, and I'm like, dude, I understand Wi-Fi is convenient, but nothing beats a solid wired connection.
Well, in fairness, I imagine most vacations aren't worried about people on their laptops needing a wired
streaming StarCraft 2.
Yeah. All right, this fight actually goes really well for Solar, cleaning this up very handily, and I think kind of to be expected, frankly. One of the worst things about this for Clem was he didn't have vision of that mass circling army. He had no idea he was about to get swiped like that.
And even the upgrades here, they are even. 2-2 is already on the way for Soul. And I believe Clem just started it. But you made a good point about the armory being able to have the Widow Mines to be able to have drilling claws.
Well, so that's the important distinction, right? You don't need drilling claws anymore to remain stealth after burrowing. This armory allows them to remain stealth. It doesn't give them a free drilling claws upgrade. So there's been some confusion about that, so I just want to make that perfectly clear.
I love Widow Mine. Here come the mutas.
This Widow Mine is doing an okay shot. Goes off on the muta. Trades out 1-to-1. Bailey's coming from behind this. More Widow Mines as well. This is in lieu of siege tanks. I don't dislike this in the slightest. I love Widow Mine play, but they're so random and unreliable sometimes. But Clem focuses on the mutas. The Zerglings get shredded. Solar taps out. And we're on the path to a 4-0 finals, guys.
No, you were calling it, and I was like, no, man, maybe, you know.
Like, to be clear, I was belligerently calling it. That's not supposed to be a real prediction. The map destination is Pillars of Gold. The server should be on West. It is. So with that, let's lock in. Game number 4, match point. To the top right side of the map, he has to win every single game going forward. It's Solar.
This kid, he's been on fire, but he is liquid, Clem.
I don't really have a lot of like just filler for Clem. All I gotta say is he's a badass. The score reflects that. There's no way in my mind Solar can win. With the pacing of this, for Solar to win 4 games in a row would be so crazy incredible at this point.
Just cast.
And the crazy part about it is, like, imagine that coming into this tournament and 4-0ing Solar in the finals is just like a statement. You know, it's like, wow. You would think that it would be a lot closer, but the way that he's been just playing, he's on another level right now. He's a young kid. Very, very young.
You know what? I couldn't care less about the age. He could be young. He could be 30 for all I care. All I know is that this is one hell of a Terran player worth respecting. Also, quick shout out to Leaflet. Thank you very much. But you're supposed to be in bed, so I will not acknowledge anything you say in my chat. But thank you for the resub. Thanks for the money, idiot.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, but the way that Clem's been playing, I can see why you said to me, I think Clem's got this in the bag. And I've watched him play, believe me. And it's one of the things where you say, okay, but it's still Solar at the end of the day.
Yeah, and Solar's got a record. I thought this would have been more of like a 4-2 or 4-1, if I'm being honest. I never in my world thought it would be a 4-0, but I mean, it's not even guaranteed to be a 4-0, but it's looking like it might be a 4-0.
Just the way that he's playing, yeah. It seems like Solar hasn't really had the same kind of dominance that we saw against DNS in the ZVP.
Well, even DNS took a game over there, right?
It wasn't even dominance, I would say, right? Like, DNS put up a really good fight, and they were very close games, but you would see, certain things happening, and then all of a sudden, Solar would overrun. But this is not happening here. Clem has another army behind the army that just died every single time.
Well, the Reaper pokes up here for a little bit of trade on the Lings. It's usually pretty difficult to kill one of these if you're doing it right. The Queen pops out, and with 4 Lings still standing, it's unlikely Clem will snipe that first creep tumor. But if he does, he's a god. Looks like he's just a demigod. He's like Hercules.
Yeah, I mean, this part of the game usually is pretty tame. I believe that, yeah, Solar is in a comfortable spot, and it's all about what comes next. We've seen Clem do the 3 base, very early 3rd command center parade push. We've seen him do battle cruisers. We've seen him just have so many different builds to open up.
In every battle that has been going pretty fun and pretty close and pretty tight, Bailings and Maries, I am now realizing in 3 of 3 games, I've always been like, wait a minute, what? At the reinforcements, because he's always there with this. It's not even the first push; it's the second push. It's just crazy. Yeah. It's there. It's good to go. And thinking on things for Solar, not so much for Clem. I think opportunities were missing, and I'm not saying he has the freedom to do this because Clem's putting on a lot of pressure. But like those mutas in most games are picking off the reinforcements, or Lings have run behind the Terran army and they're picking off reinforcements. But those tactics wouldn't even work with the way Clem's playing because he comes with a second push that's all concentrated together, not trickling across the field.
Exactly. So that's the biggest difference.
I actually can't even think what Solar does all that different to beat Clem in this because Clem's just been playing so goddamn good.
I would say that he might want to try the Hydra route because the aggression that Clem is putting on means that the mutas aren't really going to be able to do what mutas do best, which is harass.
Yo,
So
change up.
going
It's a
Hydra-
change up.
Oh. All right then. I haven't seen this in TvZ in a long time.
The
but
elevator
okay.
play is weird because this map doesn't have like the bottom space. Like Zerg's gonna see this. There's no dead space, so he's just going for it. This isn't even supposed to be a sneaky attack. It's just gonna be unloading and running into the mineral line. But
That journey line from the big one. Elevator ring is Hellion since elementary school.
XTSL gonna be giving them XTSL, dude.
Hell.
Oh, okay, that was almost lined up really perfectly. The spore crawler I think was really important for the positioning. I mean, this is meant to, I think, to ward off liberators more than anything else, but it also meant the medevac couldn't run right up to the mineral line. So this attack out of Clem trades out even. 2 Hellions for 4 drones is not bad, but he was hoping to get
it's not
so much
great.
more out of this.
Yeah, but that's good for Solar because honestly, if he started the game off like that, then it probably would have been so demoralizing to lose like 10 drones right there.
You know, at this rate, I think we just need to cheer for Solar, even if you're a Clem fan, just so we get more Clem games.
More games, yeah.
So everyone in my
more.
Twitch chat right now, can we all just type Solar or like Go Solar or some version of cheering for Solar real quick? Like, lend this man your energy, spirit bomb style.
We need it. We need it.
He needs
It's
it.
the
He really
grand
needs it.
finals, guys. We need it. 100%.
I can be real. 4-0 is hype. I think a 4-0 in this situation is just as hype as a 4-3, but I want more Clem games. I'm greedy. So I'm cheering for
Here.
Solar just because I want another game out of this.
Yeah, I don't want it to end, right? It's like
Yeah, let the sun burn. Let him burn. It's Solar. Wasn't that like a Dragon Ball Z movie, like Solar Flare or something?
Solar. Yeah, I think so. Final Flash, Solar Flare. Wait, what was it called? I think it was Solar. Was it Solar Flare? I don't know.
You know what was probably like the most painful?
Spirit Bomb. Spirit Bomb. Did you watch Yu Yu Hakusho by chance? Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
Oh, I guess that was Spirit Gun. Never mind.
But I was just thinking, you know, there's a lot of deadly moves in Dragon Ball Z, like Kamehameha, etc. You know what's probably the most painful thing about that universe? Being Krillin.
Someone said that. Oh no, it was TN that did it. But yeah, being Krillin, that must really suck.
Although he did end up with that hot android chick, so maybe it's like a 50-50 thing, you know? Like,
Yeah. I think he took so much shit through like Dragon Ball Z that they were like in Super. We're just gonna be like, okay.
Hey Rivkin, did you know Goku's actually died more than Krillin? Probably true, dude. Okay, this is cool. Actually, I've cast a lot of games of Pillars of Gold. These rocks aren't usually knocked down. This is going to open up a nice path for Solar. These are not Hellions, but Hellbats. Back with a medevac. Take it up with a bit of micro. He trades out for a lot of Zerglings. And this doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but less Zerglings is less Banelings, which means more power for the bio. Granted, this Bio Force, though, does not have Siege Tank support. It doesn't have Widowmine support. Clem's lacking here.
Yeah, but he was trying to do multi-pronged aggression because he had the Liberator there, and then he dropped off those Marines.
Yeah,
But
he still has the Liberator
think
here.
he can still do it. Yeah, Baneling's speed is not done yet, but he's still going to be on creep, so he has to be very careful. Oh boy, yep, he cannot unload these. He can't. He's trying so. Oh, okay, maybe he can. Oh my God, he found an opening. He has found an opening. Clem is going to get out of there. These medevacs have full health.
I'm having Star Station flashbacks right now. I don't know if there's anyone out there who remembers the map Star Station. I'm having Star Station PTSD for this Zerg player right now.
Yeah. Clem is killing it right now. He's spending all of his money too. He's at a comfortable worker count. He's on 3 bases, and I think this is not going to end for the next at least who knows how long.
Well, he's changed things up though a lot, and he's keeping up in macro. He's got a big army supply lead, but the type of supply is going to be a bit different. With drilling claws being a priority, we're going to see more Widow Mines. And I think tanks in this situation are going to be a bit more reliable. Widow Mines are more for like if you're worried about mutas and such.
And that lucky hit, you know, it's good for the casters to be like, oh, sick Widow Mine shot, but maybe he's just doing it for the fans right now because this position is going to be incredibly scary.
I respect a lot.
Oh, the flank though. The solar flank though. The solar flank, here it comes. From
Solar
both
flank.
sides.
Oh, I don't know if it's a flank or a flare, but either way, this is actually cleaning up Clem for the first time in like 4 games.
That's what I'm saying.
Good for Solar, but at the same time, you know, Clem's got a command center on the way. He doesn't lose so much that he's in trouble. This was just a good hold for Solar. And while this goes on, he's sneaking out a Hive. We haven't seen this yet. This is the first time he's making it to Hive Tech.
If he can get up to ultras, I think that would be the ideal situation. I think it's been very marine heavy, right? So the ultras are gonna, if he can get there. So it's all about surviving until that point. He has the money to do it, though.
Ultras are still such a meme because, you know, just like an actual Dragon Ball character, Clem, I don't feel, is like unleashed his final form. Like, he's been playing this early game push that's won, and he still has things like ghosts and marauders and so much more to play with. So yeah, the ultras think are great to stop the Marines for sure, but Clem can still go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, Clem has been very Marauder light, though. You know what I mean? So I don't think he would expect him. And all it takes is that one kind of cleanup with the ultras.
He's been really Marauder light. You know what? I'm just Super Saiyan.
Hey! I didn't see what that Overlord did, if it dropped anything, but here we go, guys. Creep spread is pretty okay. It's not bad. It's actually pretty decent.
Let's scan it around too, making sure there's no extra bases he's missed out on. Like, Solar's macro looks really powerful right now.
Yeah, Solar definitely looking a lot better in this game than he has in the past previous one.
I mean, this is probably a high score in general.
Oh, the run by two. Solar gonna target down, turns into a planetary, but like Clem always does, he always has units everywhere. He's always making stuff.
It's just like a game of blackjack, no dice.
Nice.
Oh, I'm waiting. There's got to be a magic one of my shot in this game. If there's not, I'm gonna be pissed, man. There's so many Zerglings and Banlings stacked up. Oh, this might delay an ult. Oh wait, if this denies an Ultralist, that'd be great.
Right. Killing the eggs, right?
Yeah.
But no, Solo's actually looking really good in this game, right? The
some big, no, pop. Oh, not big enough.
Wasn't good. Nope.
Okay, Clem disengages from this. Solar and Clem don't lose too much. The back and forth this game's actually been pretty unreal. And if I show you guys the army graph, you're gonna see that. Like, it's just nobody's really controlling the other.
No, but look at the production tab here. 4 Marauders in production, right? So he already had those barracks on Tech Labs, apparently.
Yep.
Or maybe he switched them. So he's ready to do it. He can go Ghost if he wanted to. And his upgrades are fantastic, right? He's continuing the 3-3.
As far as I remember, I don't think Clem's that much of a Ghost player, but we'll see what the case is once this is revealed. I mean, now he knows about the Ultras for sure. What am I? Okay, nothing crazy yet. Good shots.
That was good.
Yep. Both players still over 100 army supply, though.
Yeah, I think that Solar is much better position right now than he has ever been. So he's setting up a counterattack, maybe on the bottom right or those overlords. No, he's setting up a counterattack.
Bottom right. Oh, getting spanked on.
Yeah, even though Solo's down in supply, I feel like his tech this game, and even though he's what on 2-2, I believe, I feel he has a window of opportunity. As soon as 3-3 is done for Clem, this is gonna look really bad for Zerg. But right now, Solar has an opportunity, and I think he should capitalize on it. It's really weird.
The command center does get established, and these planetaries are going to be really difficult to break. I mean, obviously, if you have enough Banlings, you can bust it down. But I mean, Solar's not going to be wanting to spend. Oh, there's one of those shots we've been waiting for. He's not going to be wanting to spend Banlings to kill these planetaries.
No.
Yeah, guys, I know the lag. I'm just trying to let it go. Don't worry about it.
I understand. I'm sorry.
So that's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. But we're getting you, man. We get you. We get most of what you're saying. This is like little bits get lost.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that Clem is okay now. I believe that Solar might have been sitting back too long, and Clem now has the tools to deal with Ultras, and he has the bases too.
It's not exactly like Solar's been playing a passive game. He's just actually still been under siege out of Clem. There's not a lot of freedom to run around the map when you got a Terran army pushing up into your 5th, right?
That's what I mean. There's never been like a big cleanup.
Well, now
there was
a big
one with
push.
the flank, but Clem has way too much time to react to the Ultras, right? And I don't think it's going to be it because he's not starting 3-3. Okay, he did start 3-3. Adrenal glands are done, right? Yep,
adrenal glands and the pneumatis carapace and anabolic synthesis, everything. Planetary goes down. Nice pick off for Solar. Clem's not hurting for money yet, but that's going to be a base down for sure. Tries to catch what's left. Body blocks the Ultralist. Takes it down with the Marauders. This makes this a little bit more worthwhile.
Yeah, and 3-3 is done for Terran, so this is going to be the window of opportunity that Clem has in order to just push that tug of war in TvZ that you see all the time
Well,
This is going to be in Clem's favor if he decides to push it, but he's going to expand instead. Okay.
what's kind of funny is like actually Clem, I would like to see lose some workers and just have more army supply.
You think so? He's only on 63 right now, right?
Yeah. Well, now he's lost a lot of
He's
medevacs.
It's because Solo's killing them. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he just lost a lot of medevacs, so I recant my statement now. He actually can't afford that anymore as much, but the attack to the top still goes on. Pillars of Gold is not a map I expected to get stretched so much like this. But yeah, as one attack goes down here, another attack goes up here. They're both on top of being aggressive, but without a doubt, this is Solar's best performance in the finals so far.
Most def. And guess what? He's on 3-3 now. He's about to be in a second. And once he gets that, now we're on even ground, and it's all about positioning and how the engagements are going to go. So we have really kind of, I don't know, dove into one of the best parts of TvZ, I think. You know, I love this thing of the game. Little mines aren't.
These Widow Mines are actually getting some interesting shots. There's been nothing here that's like balance wine worthy, but they've been taking out a lot of the Zerglings, and the Zerglings really are important. They're not strong, but they're the cannon fodder that leads the frontline charge.
Yeah. Yeah, usually you would see like kind of like that swarm mentality, but it seems like Solar is scared, and you know, I haven't seen him actually do anything on the other side of the map for the majority of this whole series, to be honest. But even here, more so. And I don't think you can. You can't. I feel like as a Zerg player, like you can't just sit back too much. Like you need to be doing stuff all the time. And if you're gonna let someone kind of run all over you, then what? Eventually,
that's the thing. Solar has been doing stuff the entire time. Like it's just so troublesome with the way Clem's been aggressive on him. So I too wish we'd see Solar like dive in deep and do some lurking run bys to the main or something. But there's no opportunity because it's literally been an all hands on deck situation. He finally gets a run by off, but it's a planetary to hold
with building armor too.
Oh wow! I didn't realize we're on building armor. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Most Terran players can never afford getting to building armor in the course of a game, or they get so deep that they're tunnel vision and have forgotten about it. Building armor, for those who don't know, we're making a big deal about. It's 2 extra armor for the building. It's not that big of a deal overall, but it's going to stop Zerglings from killing a planetary fortress and require heavy investment to kill buildings.
Yeah, that's the biggest deal about it. It takes a long time, so you have a lot of time to react, but also the fact that Zerglings, even with adrenal glands, even with the repair, the planetary is killing the lings at the same time. I believe you need banelings and maybe even an ultra to do it.
Hey Tempo, I want to quickly test your knowledge of very stupid things, okay?
Let's get it.
What's the name of the cannon on the planetary fortress?
The Megatron head?
No.
The Megazord head?
You know what? That would be way cooler than what it actually is. It's called the Ibix cannon.
The Ibix cannon?
It's
wow.
the stupidest name. It's so non-threatening.
Yeah, I'm going to call it the Megazord head. I'm not calling it the Ibix cannon. It's not happening.
Oh, those families are going to break this, though. SCVs, yep. Everything goes down. Base falls. Top left not going well. Clem, not out of supply yet, but losing on all fronts right now.
Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good, right? So now we see the aggression finally out of Solar with the main army trying to at least break this planetary.
Oh, caustic spray.
Caustic spray. That's a way to take out that planetary if I've ever seen one.
This Ultra's really overextended, but I guess I'm going to kill the tank.
Yeah, Solar's looking really good.
I like what Solar's doing though. Like, I think there's a lot more opportunity for damage, but he's pulling back because he doesn't want to give away the game, and that goes right back to what we were talking about earlier. It's so easy to throw one game of StarCraft 2, and like overcommitting into planetaries. I think it's a very common way that happens for Zerg. So
it does.
I'm sure some people out there are screaming like, why can't he just finish him? Because he's playing it safe and he's playing it smart. Remember, Solar's on his last life of the tournament. No mistakes, because if he makes any, he's out and it's all over.
He's dead. And it's going to be it. All she wrote, finito, done, kaput.
First place is $400. That's not a crazy big amount, but it's double second place.
Damn right it is. So I'm like wondering right now. So as far as Solo's mentality for this game, is it about just kind of war of attrition where you kind of trade?
Right, because Solar doesn't have a bank, and this goes right back to the whole Clem's being constantly active, Solar's being constantly active. I mean, Temple, when's the last time you saw a 20-minute game where Zerg had no bank whatsoever?
No, it's been a long time, right?
Yeah, usually, at least, even if they're losing, they've got some minerals in the pipeline, but Solar's had to spend so much on Banelings and Ultras, and I mean, this is a game where these battles have been going well for Solar, but when you look at the resources lost, we're reminded the war's going better for Clem.
It is, and you know, Clem has not been playing too risky either, right? Like, I think his pushes are pretty calculated. All right, here comes a big one, Rifkin. Take it away.
Yeah, the Ultra try to storm in, but they need to be soaking the Widowmine shots. So a couple of the Zerglings go down. But overall, more units is more power. And Clem is losing out not just here, but over here as well. So this is a stupid fight.
What a... And that's what I'm talking about. But I love that he's actually targeting down these SCVs. The Banelings roll into the mineral line.
Yeah, I mean, these planetaries are sturdy as hell. This one survives. This one might not, but Solar ends up losing a lot of his frontline army. He can't actually pursue in here to finish off Clem. There's no like coup de grace finishing blow here. He has to withdraw with what little he has again. And this for me, again, I look at these banks and I'm constantly seeing these guys in double digits because they're spending so much. But with Clem taking the economic hit the way he did, I'm going to go to the income graph. We haven't done so well. Solar's winning for sure. And the only time you're seeing this catch up is when he's dropping mules.
Yeah, that's the only time, really. And he didn't like overmake any orbitals, so he doesn't have that opportunity to drop a bunch of them. So the lack of SCVs here is going to be pretty impactful here.
Yeah, actually,
for Clem.
I'm glad you brought that up. I hadn't even looked at that in some time. It's only 4 orbitals. Normally, if you own 45 SCVs, you're happy as a tank because you're dropping like 7 mules at a time. That's not an option here for Clem. But his army supply is still remaining high. The little boys are not going off on this one.
Oh, that was a good hit. Great hit. Hitting a lot of the Banelings there.
The problem is, though, there's still plenty more where that came from. Oh, no. That's terrible. Looks like some Widowmines drop. Kills a lot of drones. Solar still has like 60-something, though. I mean, without a doubt, Solar's macro game is not in question here. He's owning his half of the map, and he's been looking fantastic. But still, every fight we watch Clem lose, I draw your attention to the resources lost and remind you that Clem, who was only like 5,000 minerals ahead for, is now like almost 10,000 resources ahead. It's
starting to, he's starting to run away with it. And even look at the creep receding, right? Like, there was a point in time where that creep was, you know, a lot more towards the middle of the map.
Oh, look at these.
Every one of these fights is not just the resources lost, but the creep is getting pushed back too, and we're seeing that tug of war.
I actually feel so confident in Clem closing this game.
Oh my god.
But he's got to make no mistake. Like, Solar's in the same position. Like, I know this sounds so dumb to say as commentary, but like, they both can't afford to make a single goddamn mistake because they're both on the verge of like either winning or losing, depending on which of them fucks up first. It's like a game of fuck up chicken.
Can you find that in like Walmart? Is that like in the game aisle? Or?
No, it's in the Oxford dictionaries right now.
Next to Cards Against Humanity, like fuck up chicken? I don't know. Oh my god. Yeah, this is great. The Widowmines have definitely paid for themselves because they're relatively cheap. So
yeah, I mean, as long as these Widowmines are hitting like 3 or 4 targets, it's gonna be worth the Widowmine death, and that's where some of that cost efficiency comes into play. But the majority of it is things like the planetaries are going down, and you know, how many actually have died so far this game? 3 planetaries have died, but it's taken so many ultras and lings and banelings to do it. And if you have to spend 12 banelings to kill a planetary, that's kind of not worth it in my opinion.
No. I mean, high sec auto tracking and building armor, so
Clem is teched up. What a nerd. He's fucking geek is what he is. Let's get all
dork.
This yeah,
look at this dork.
Well, this dork is gotta take this fight because he's cut off from the rest of his reinforcements, but without Zerglings to protect, to swarm, and to distract the Marauders target fire everything else. Vulture's going down, Bailey's going down, Solar losing out on his army. We are getting so close to the end of this game.
I think so. Losing those ultras was big. Clem,
well, yeah,
gonna be able to take out that queen. Queens are off of creep here.
Yeah, but they're off of creep for good reason. They're here to transfuse the front line.
It's desperation, though. This is desperation, right? Like,
I mean, a little bit, but I really think he was hoping to have these for transfuses. They were just a little far behind the rest of the army. Oh my god! That's the one line we've been waiting for.
And another one, maybe?
No, you only get one Widowmine like that in a game.
That's it, and that's all. I mean, that's all you need, right? At the end of the day, it's like, okay, all my momentum has just been kind of just shut down. If you're Solar, and he has to go back home.
This is one of the things I think is really hard to watch about StarCraft 2 from an amateur point of view. because anyone who doesn't know this game really well or isn't paying attention to the resources lost is probably so confused. The Zerg player keeps winning. Why isn't he winning? And then I draw your attention down here, and what was 7,000 resources lost is now over 10,000 resources lost, favoring Clem. So while he's been taking a lot longer to get to these bases and he hasn't been mining as frequently as Solar's mining out of almost every single one of his bases. He's about to starve except for these top 2 in the top left.
And you can even see it in the supply. Like, look at the bottom of the map. Clem has every one of the bases that he is supposed to take, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes right now, but he's fine, right? Like, they both are taking these bases, but who's mining more from them? You know, with the mules, the income graph. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I mean, the mules are
Clem is
hilarious.
taking the
But...
advantage. Yeah, Clem is taking the income advantage here, and not even just mules. I think it's just from SCVs and the bases that he has.
God damn, these window mines. 7 kills, 10 kills. These are getting good trades.
Yeah, and they're
Oh,
cheap.
no. Oh, yeah, he saves it. He saves it.
Man, he's so... Dude, Clem is so good. I'm not gonna lie. Clem is fucking great.
He just
He's
has...
awesome.
So, like, it's really easy to be like, oh, he just has everything where he needs to be. But that's the thing. He knows where he needs to be. He's predicting by putting units down there to protect that base because he knows Solar's trying to kill it. It's the only important mining base on the map. Both of them know top left, bottom right are the most vulnerable and most important parts of the game right now.
Yeah, this is insane. Clem, this might be the last fight that we see, guys.
Dude,
Clem
Solar's
is
down
gonna
half the
try-
supply. He's got
Yeah.
mostly Corruptors in the sky. These are the last few units of Solar, and
Oh my god!
his series,
This is
his tournament
the
line is coming to an end. GG!
GG!